I want to talk about word count. So maybe you've heard this advice out there, and it's kind of true because there's math involved, right? If you write 6 pages a day, like Stephen King does, you're going to have a novel by the end of 2 months or 3 months. But is it realistic? And is it serving your writing? I'm Traci Skuce, story mentor and facilitator of the writing journey. If you like the video that you're watching, you can subscribe, follow, and ring the bell, all of those things. I've also got a newsletter, which you're welcome to subscribe to the information in the details below. Okay, let's talk about word count. So, what I often see is writers who come to me and become almost apologetic because they aren't following this imagined protocol of reaching a certain word count. I'm not dissing word count goals. I'm not saying that they aren't helpful, but if you are a person for whom they don't work, there is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. And here's where I want to invite you to switch your thinking about what you think you should be doing and what you can do. So instead of writing for the sake of reaching a goal, so let's say your goal was 1,200 words a day. Maybe you start out with great gusto and then you reach that goal and you surpass it and it feels good to feel productive, but you can't keep it up. You just can't. So there's a feeling of failure. And maybe you've had some issue with your child. Maybe your mother has required some medical attention that you need to support her with, or whatever it is. Whatever it is, the 1,200 words a day just can't be sustained. So you give up, or you feel like, the little snakes and ladders, you go back down the board and you have to kind of talk yourself back up. I want to invite you instead to think about consistency, showing up consistently for your writing instead of reaching a goal of finishing a certain number of words. And there are different ways to do that. One is obviously showing up to the page and writing. So whether it's by hand or whether it's on the computer. But there are other ways as well. One of them is reading the work that you've already written and just kind of like printing it out, keeping it in a bag and pulling it out in waiting rooms or pulling it out while you're waiting for your mom at that medical appointment. And instead of reaching for your phone, you reach for your own story and you read it again, and you're just allowing it to work on you as you read it. Another is to work on the craft. So you don't have to always plow forward in a story. Maybe in your story, you recognize that you're having a difficulty understanding your character's motivation. So you do some work on character, and maybe you write a practice physical description. Maybe you dive into some aspect of their childhood. So all of these kind of consistent tapping ins are more nourishing to your story than just plowing forward with this idea that you need to reach a particular word count. So look at your own life and your own experience and what works best for you in terms of writing. Is it a word count goal? Is it something like I mentioned, just being consistent with the showing up? Maybe it's working on the sentence level. I love working on the sentence level, getting really good at writing good sentences so that you don't have to go back and revise your story as intensely as if you just plowed ahead and had all these loose and crazy strands that you need to figure out. So there's no wrong way, there is only your way.